This is Dan Dix here reporting for Press for Truth, and I wanted to start this video off today by letting you know if you came here to see footage of the shooter, if you came here to see an analysis or breakdown of the Instagram count or the videos that she was posting on YouTube, that's not what we're going to be doing here today. Today, I felt it was important to give you my opinion on this. So this is very much so an opinion piece. If that's not what you're interested in, you can go ahead and stop watching now. But as a YouTuber who makes a living on YouTube, I felt it was important today to give you my thoughts on the shooting that took place yesterday at YouTube's headquarters. Now, after spending too much of the evening last night going over her website, her videos, her Instagram account, it became quickly clear to me that this individual was certainly suffering from some mental health issues. That's easy to see by looking at her social media accounts. And when it comes to being on social media, folks, a lot of people are in it for all the wrong reasons. It becomes a quest for fame. In fact, her Instagram account amassed 55,000 followers on Instagram, which is quite the feat. Anybody who's on Instagram will know it's not easy to get that many followers. I believe she originally was claiming to be the first Persian vegan bodybuilder, was her original claim to fame. And it's safe to say she had a taste of what it's like to get the views. In fact, she had one video on YouTube that hit over 300,000 views. And she ended up subsequently complaining that she had only made approximately 10 cents off of that particular video. But the point is, she got a taste for fame, she got a taste for views, and in my opinion, she wanted more of that. And when you analyze the videos, you will see that they're not really very good. I mean, if you want to achieve success on YouTube, you got to at least have a little bit of some sort of charisma, and she was certainly lacking that. And perhaps nobody spoke up. Perhaps nobody said, look, maybe you shouldn't be spending your life's work here, investing so much of your energy into trying to achieve these types of goals. Now, a lot of the issues she was trying to raise awareness about were animal rights issues. In fact, her website was plagued with horrible images of atrocities happening to animals. And it's a noble cause. That is something that is good, that the world needs to know is indeed going on. But if fame and attention is your main objective, you're certainly going about it in all the wrong ways. And many people actually knew that she was suffering from mental health issues to the point where she had a vendetta on YouTube for demonetizing her content, to which she previously got a taste for, and then age restricting some of her workout videos. And this caused her to have a serious vendetta against YouTube. And one of the points a lot of people may have missed is the fact that other people knew that she was going to be heading to YouTube. Namely, the family members had a serious concern about what she was planning to potentially do. In fact, the father of this woman put out a missing persons report a few days before this, and the police ended up locating her in Northern California. I believe it was around 2 a.m. on the morning of the shooting, sleeping in her car. They matched up the license plates. So they obviously questioned her and then let her go. In fact, they contacted the family after that fact and said, we located her, we talked to her, and we let her go. And they warned her, well, the reason why she's in that area is because that's where the YouTube headquarters is. We think she's going to go there. And the police said, we'll keep an eye on it. They obviously did not. And I think that is also a very important point to bring up, is the failure of the police, the failure of these so-called spying networks that are supposed to stop terrorism, like the NSA. It should be blatantly clear to the American people and people all over the world now that that has nothing to do with what it's all about. It's really about tracking and monitoring and controlling anyone who goes against the status quo, not stopping a shooting like this from occurring. Just look at what happened in Parkland with the Broward County police officers who failed miserably. There were countless warnings of this individual's mental health problems. He was basically crying out for help, but all signs were ignored. So I think it's important today to realize that we have a serious problem with the police force not doing their jobs, and we have a serious mental health issue when it comes to those who are seeking fame on YouTube. And I must say, you know, good things happen to good people. If she had have made it her mission to expose the terrible things that are going on with animals around the world, and if that was her real focus and intent, maybe the fame would have come. You know, maybe that would have been a result of her activism. But it is my opinion today, ladies and gentlemen, that she was ego-driven, and this just goes to show how dangerous social media addiction can be. When the ego takes over and you just try to achieve those likes again, you just try to get those views that you once had. I believe that's the case that we're dealing with the YouTube shooter. Now, on top of the fact that the police utterly failed, and the fact that she clearly had mental health issues, I think we also need to concentrate on the fact that you don't own your own reputation. If you are a YouTuber, if you are on social media and you are trying to achieve views, I think it's safe to say today, ladies and gentlemen, you don't own your reputation, and you need to realize that all our reputations are, really, when you think about it, is other people's thoughts that are going on in their heads. So that's not something you can control. And I think it dawned on her, you know, that she wasn't going to be getting the fame that she's been working so hard to get. And she took it out on the wrong people because she was seriously mentally unstable. And more often than not, with a lot of these shooters, we find out that they were on antidepressants, we find out that they were on some sort of SSRI drug, and when you look at the side effects to a lot of these drugs, they're often inexplainable mood swings, changes in behavior, suicidal thoughts, strange dreams, and suicidal tendencies. This has been proven to happen amongst children, and I think this is another area where we need to focus on, is the fact that Big Pharma may actually play a pretty large role in what we're witnessing here that happened yesterday as well. So I think it's time we take a serious look at the addictive nature of social media, the addictive nature of trying to achieve fame on YouTube for all the wrong reasons, and realize that you couple that with the failure of the authorities, it's a recipe for disaster. And this may potentially happen again. And I can guarantee you, this story is probably going to just disappear from the mainstream media. It doesn't have all the hallmarks of what they're looking for in a story for massive coverage. I mean, they've got all things stacked against them. There's the gender issue. She was a woman. She was of Iranian descent. She's an immigrant. She was animal rights activist, vegan. She didn't use an AR-15 or anything like that. This is why it doesn't necessarily fit into their narrative. And so this story is going to probably disappear from the mainstream. But what we need to focus on in the independent media and continue to point out the fact is that there is a serious problem with mental health issues that needs to be addressed. And there is a serious problem with law enforcement not doing their jobs. So anyways, it's a sad day for YouTubers because, you know, it's pretty likely that this will be used by YouTube as some sort of an excuse to clamp down on content creators in the foreseeable future. You know, they'll point to this wacko as an excuse to be able to censor others. But never forget that when you put the ego first and you are driven for fame, you're in this for all the wrong reasons. If you're a YouTuber and that is your goal, you will be exposed. I mean, the people will see a phony for what they are. And that's probably why she didn't actually get any views, the kind of views she was hoping to get, like that one viral video or the following that she received from Instagram. You need to be genuine, you need to be real, you need to lead by example. And when you do good things will come to you. And I'm not necessarily saying that fame is even a good thing. You know, I certainly don't want that. I do Press for Truth to spread awareness and to tell people about the atrocities going on in the world that they're not getting from the mainstream. If fame comes as a result of that, well, I'll deal with that, I suppose, you know, when that happens. But if that's your ultimate goal, you're going to have a bad time. And that's what we saw yesterday. So again, I think we need to point the finger today at the failure of those police officers who clearly knew that she was a threat, that she had mental health issues, her very own family was warning her, and they had her in their grasps and let her go. And we need to look at Big Pharma's role in messing with people's minds in these these SSRI drugs, these antidepressants, if we do find out that she was indeed on any of these types of drugs. So anyways, guys, that's my thoughts on the matter. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'd really love to hear your thoughts on this. I put out a couple of videos yesterday while the news was breaking. I did a quick report, and then I also went live to break down my thoughts. But obviously, since then, a lot more information has come out, and I wanted to just reiterate the fact that you have no control over your reputation. And it will be what it will be. And if you do good things will come. So on that note, folks, please check the links in the description to find out how you can support my efforts here at Press for Truth. If you want to see independent media continue to try to raise awareness about these types of issues, that's what I'm here for on YouTube, folks. And again, if the fame comes, I'll deal with that. But we need to remember, leave the ego at the door and spread the information. That's first and foremost. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned. We're going to be working on a lot more video reports that we'll have out very soon. Thanks for watching. This is Dan Dix reporting for Press for Truth.